So this friend of mine invited me to come to his church last Sunday, and I decided to go. I thought I was going to be going to a Baptist church, and actually it turned out to be a Catholic church. If any of you have gone to a Catholic church, you know that the congregation is very diverse. There will be people from Asia, from Africa, from U.S., Europe, very diverse congregation. For those of you who are just now tuning in, this is M.L. Curry, and my 15 minutes on workers' compensation is going to be just a little different today because it'll be centered around a sermon that I was listening to, which if you're in a Catholic church, that's called a homily. So the priest was in the pulpit, and he was admonishing the congregation, and it went more toward him trying to encourage people to enjoy the full service. What he started out by saying was that if you miss the promenade and the opening selection, then you are late. And for Baptists, the promenade is synonymous to missing the praise team. So if by the time you get into church, you've already missed the praise team, you are late. So when I was sitting there, I was thinking to myself, this is much like how people act when they have a workers' compensation claim and they've been injured and they're wanting to get a representative, but they don't do so within the first 30 days. If you wait till more than 30 days after your accident, you are late. The priest went on to say that if you miss the responsorial reading, and this is a call and response, and basically the priest says a passage and then the congregation responds back. And this is sort of the same as in the Baptist church where you'd be singing a song like On the Main Line, or some churches have the financial secretary and the treasurer come up and do a part. Basically what he was saying was if you missed all of that, then you're doing a disservice to yourself as well as a disservice to God by missing the first part of the service. And that meant to me to be the same as you having received a PLN from the insurance company, and that is a call, and you not responding. And if you don't respond, which your response should be that you should file a dispute. And if you don't respond, or you respond late, then you're going to be at a disadvantage. So the priest went on to say, I'm only going to say this one time. And he said, if when you enter the house of the Lord, I am into my homily, the first words that you hear are the homily, then you are late. And what he's basically saying as far as the Baptist church is concerned is that if the preacher is in the pulpit and already starting the sermon and you're just now coming in, then you're late. And when you're listening to the radio, if this is the first time that you've heard about total health care management, the first time that you've heard about Memorial MRI, or the first time that you've heard about myself, M.L. Curry, then you are late because everyone else has been telling you since the date of your accident. Your friends have been telling you, your coworkers have been telling you, some of my former clients or current clients have been telling you that you need to have an experienced attorney. You need to have an experienced doctor to work on your case. And if you were told this, that you needed a lawyer, and you've been told by your spouse and your mother-in-law 3 or 4 times, and you still haven't taken any action, you are already late. So what I'd like to do at this point in time is give you the information that you need so that you won't be very late, and you should be contacting Memorial MRI at 1241 Campbell if your doctor's indicated that you need an MRI done. You should be contacting IWP at 281-753-6770 if you need to get your medication filled and the insurance company is denying your medication. If you need to contact myself, you can contact me at the website. That is attymlcurry.net. That's www.attymlcurry.net. You can also follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at ATTYML. As I was listening to this priest, he was saying, I'm only going to say this one more time. And to me, what that was synonymous to is the Baptist pastor will say, I'm getting ready to close. And when he says I'm getting ready to close, you know the sermon is going on for another hour at least. So what the priest was saying was, get to church before the greeters have passed out all the missalettes. And for your Baptist church, what the priest is saying is, get to church before the ushers have to bring you all the way down to the front row. Because you know if you're really late in the Baptist church, the usher's going to take you all the way down to the front row so that so everybody in the church can see you coming in late. So what we're trying to impress upon you is that this is the same as you having friends and prayer partners and people suggesting to you that handling your workers' comp claim by yourself is just not a good idea. If you don't act and you act late, if you don't act right away, then you're going to be late in what the deadlines that you have as far as workers' compensation are concerned, and they're very strict. There is no forgiveness whatsoever. So how do you know when you're late? Well, if you've received a dispute letter, and this is something that you received from the insurance company, that means that they already have the evidence that they need to file a dispute against you. If you've received a denial letter, then they already have the evidence they need to enforce the dispute that they've already filed. If you received a denial of your medication, your physical therapy, your surgery, if you've been asked to go see an RME doctor, which is a required medical exam, if you've been asked to go see a designated doctor, if they've requested a BRC, and all of these things are happening and you don't have a representative by that time, guess what? You are late. So when you come to church, come early. And when you need to get your representative as far as workers' compensation is concerned, call me early. My phone number is 713-222-2400. The only thing that I had to take issue with the pastor, the priest, about was that he didn't give the parishioners any credit for coming at all. And, you know, the phrase, it's better late than not at all, is true. It is true in workers' compensation. It's true in going to church. So if you come to my office late, we will pick up from wherever you come in and take over and do what needs to be done so that we can keep the defense against the offense, because the offense is called Team Insurance Company. And the Team Insurance Company, with the team company doctor and the team insurance adjuster, all these people who you've been trusting and thinking that you can trust, these are people who are against you. So if you come late, you have already given them the advantage over yourself and myself. Sometimes I use sports to help people understand. So I said, pick a game. Let's play baseball. The other team gets 3 outs, then they get to bat again. They get 3 more outs. They get to bat again. They get 3 more outs. And you go, wait, I'm out in the field all this time, and I'm not getting a chance to bat. Well, that's because they know all the rules, and you don't. So when you don't know all the rules, it's not a good idea to play a game. Workers' comp is a game. It's a racket just like anything else. You should never play a game unless you know all the rules. And if you don't know all the rules, you should not let the very first workers' compensation case that you handle be your own case. So we say, wait until you get your impairment rating. An impairment rating that you don't understand, impairment rating that you don't think is fair. Wait until you get that, then call for assistance. You're late. You know you have 90 days to dispute this impairment rating and MMI that the doctor's giving you that you don't think is fair, that you don't think is right. So wait 85 days, then get your legal assistance. You're late. You're putting me at a disadvantage, which is putting yourself at a disadvantage. So, think about it in terms of basketball or football. Basically what you're doing is you're letting 2 quarters go by. They keep the ball the whole time. You never get to shoot any field goals. You never get to shoot any 3-pointers. They get a touchdown, they get the ball back. They kick a field goal, they get the ball back. You never get the ball. So somewhere in this you got to be saying, well, how is this happening to me? Why is this unfair? I mean, they get the ball all the time. I never get the ball. Well, it's because they know what the rules are and they can dictate what happens on your workers' compensation case. So if it has been 60 days since the date of your accident, you have not had an MRI done, you're still hurt, you're still being sent to the designated doctor, you're late. So you don't need to wait all this time before you get your representative. You need to call Total Healthcare Management as one of the companies that I've advised you to call. Even if you don't call my office and you need to get your medical care together, call Total Healthcare Management. They got 4 locations throughout the city, at 12,000 Richmond and Kirkwood, at 45 North at East Tidwell and Airline, 45 South at College and Airport, and in Meyerland, they're at Chimney Rock and West Belford. They make it easy for you. They provide transportation for you. They do chronic pain management. They have nutritional and health products. They do a lot of things that help me to do my job, which helps you through to win your case. So the longer you wait, the further you put us Total Healthcare Management, Memorial, MRI, IWP, and myself, and yourself, you're putting yourself and all of us at a disadvantage. So we said, wait until you get to the pharmacy. Go to the pharmacy, go up to the counter, then find out that your medication has been denied. Well, guess what? Something else has occurred long before you got to the pharmacy when they gave you that denial that should have been addressed before you got to the pharmacy. Okay, go to the doctor's office. Get there for your appointment and then find out your appointment has not been approved. The adjuster is not going to approve this appointment that you have with the specialist, or if you're trying to change doctors or whatever, you've already called in and said, sure, we'll approve it. You get to the doctor's office, it's not approved. Go to the hospital for your surgery. I've had clients call me and say, I got all the way to the hospital. They had already hooked me up. They were ready to give me the propofol, and they called and said they were not going to pay for it. So here I am with the gown, with the airy gown, and I can't even get my surgery done. And it's because it's been denied. It was denied long before you got to the hospital. So what I'm trying to tell you is you cannot wait. The day after your accident is the day that you should get in with a competent medical provider. 2 to 3 days after your accident, you should be looking for a representative. This is not a game. I've talked about baseball, basketball, and football, but it's not a game. This is real life. And these people are in it to win it. And you are in it to lose it if you're going to be late. So, I taught school before, and I said I'd like to give people credit for coming to my office late. I wouldn't mind giving you credit, but you're not going to get an A. If you turn in a report, if I'm your instructor, you turn in a report to me and you turn it in late, you're not getting an A. At best, you might get a D, and you might get a D only because you did it. So what you need to do is write down the phone number, 713-222-2400. That's my office number. Write down the website, www.attymlcurry.net. Call Total Healthcare Management. I didn't give you their number. It's 713-522-6911. I gave you all 4 of the locations, and all of those locations tie into the same phone number. You call that one number, you can be sent to any one of those locations, whichever one is closest to your home. And if you don't have transportation, like I said before, they'll provide that for you, and make sure that you're able to get back and forth to the doctor. So the point of today's program is be on time. I know it's hard. I know that when you're trying to get to church, you got to get all the children together. You got to get them all dressed, get their hair combed and all that, put shoes on. Fine. Start a little earlier. If service starts at 11 o'clock, start at 9 o'clock. You know you're going to need an hour to drive anywhere here in Houston to get to anywhere. So factor that into what you got to do. If you've been hurt on the job, don't wait 30, 60, 90 days before you get your representative. Don't wait until they've already sent you these PLN forms, these denials and disputes. Don't wait until they've already set up a BRC, because most times when they've already set up a BRC, they've got enough evidence to win. They've got at least enough evidence to keep you off balance. So by the time you come to my office, if you already got a BRC set up, we're probably going to have to cancel that, reschedule it, move it to give me time. This is time that I would have had you come early and had you not been late. So the program today is, please be on time. Call me when you need me, 713-222-2400. Thank you so very much, and God bless you.